Bam, we're live.
We live?
We live.
Good. I was going to wear your shirt this morning, but you guys nailed it.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's fucking talk about that.
Let's talk. I'm here.
Why would my shirt guy, I go, you sent Josh Bridges an extra large.
Extra large.
And I go, why would you do that? And you know what he said?
I'm
Because we didn't
intimidating.
have any of the right size.
Oh, look at that. Well, that's good for you.
If my wife's busy, she doesn't send her sister over to suck this dick. The fuck is wrong with people? You send over the wrong size shirt because you don't have the right size shirt? That makes no sense.
Well, step into my office because you're fucking fired.
What the fuck does that make any sense to you? I didn't even understand the response.
No,
that's Joe Biden talk.
Yeah.
Boy, this show started off really polarizing.
Woo! Hot, baby.
I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe that was the response.
That's pretty
How about the response is, hey, we didn't have shirts, so we called Josh, and in the meantime, we sent him over a nice baseball cap, and told him that the shirt will be a little late.
Yeah. How about this? How about we don't send the wrong sizes? And then they send me a return label. You know what I'm gonna do with that return label? I'm gonna wipe my ass with it. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out of my way because you guys messed up and send you something back. No, somebody else is gonna get an extra large Sevan shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or it's gonna become a fucking rag.
That's right.
In that rag drawer underneath the washer and dryer.
I'm gonna cut it up and use it as TP.
Fuck. Hey, you know what you should do is give it to your lady as a nightgown. That way you have the best of both worlds.
Now we're talking.
You can think of me and her at the same time.
Now we're talking. You're a smart guy. You know that, Sevi? You got jeans on there? Are those jeans?
Oh no, Lulu's.
Oh, Lulu's.
You get stuff and you think you're getting stuff to make your life better. So I have this beautiful dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have this
what kind of dog?
A Borbal, South African Mastiff, big old.
Let me look at this bad boy up. Where's our guy at to be pulling up the Borbal?
I know. Where is our guy? Where are the guys?
He's fired.
Caleb's defending our country. He's the only one that has an excuse.
Okay. Yeah, he's a good looking dog.
And then I have a lawn. You want to pull up lawn? LAWN.
Oh, yeah. So people can see what we're looking at here. There we go.
Dang, look at you. You're a good dude.
What's up, man? And then a lawn, say it again.
LAWN. I have a lawn in the backyard. It's like grass.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? It's too early, bro. It's too early.
And I have an automatic sprinkler system. Mm-hmm. And then I have a podcast with this cool dude, Josh Bridges. Those are all good things. Those are all great things.
These are great things.
But the gardener didn't come yesterday because his lawnmower broke. And I have a podcast with you. And as I'm going out to my office to do the podcast, I know that the automatic sprinkler system, which is supposed to help my life, is on. But now it's getting the lawn wet. And I know when they come mow it, and the gardener's supposed to be a good thing, it's going to damage the lawn instead of help it. So now I have to run out there and turn off the sprinklers, and I get all wet. And as I run out there, I notice 2 piles of shit on the lawn. So now I have to run back, and now I'm stressing that my podcast with my friend Josh is going to be late. These are all these good things. If you can't manage them, they're not good.
It sounds like
if you're not enlightened and you know how to just to chill and enjoy the good things, they cause problems. And all of that exists in one giant manifestation. It's called a girlfriend or a wife. But you can have all the little ones too.
So what I'm thinking, so your people are sending the wrong shirts out, right?
And that's another thing. How great is my life that I have my own shirt, but it causes me stress because I'm not enlightened.
People aren't here. Your people aren't here to show your Borbal. All right.
Well, that part I understand. I don't pay them so good. I don't pay them so good.
It sounds like we have a CEO problem, not a worker problem.
It's just that thing with objects, man. Managing objects requires a certain level of enlightenment. You know what I mean?
It is a skill.
Yeah. If you buy a brand new car and then all you're going to be doing is driving around worrying it's going to get scratched, don't buy it. Buy an old bucket of shit,
dude. So I bought this. Speaking of that, right? I bought this old truck. Gosh, 3 years ago now, and and I wrapped it.
Tell me a little bit more about it. Old
So
truck.
it's an old square body truck, and I love it to death. Right, it's a great truck. It looks really cool. It's an
1988. Were you going to say?
85 Chevy,
Wow.
85 Chevy K30. It's a diesel,
Mhm.
6.2 liter diesel. It's a big old hunk of machine, right? It's a big old heavy truck, not a lot to it, not like super simple. And it came, and I just didn't like the way it looked color wise. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put a wrap on it. It's a little cheaper than painting it, and that's the only reason I did it. But man, like I wrapped.
I'm going to say that you did it because someone did it for you for free because you're Josh Bridges, but go on.
They didn't. I paid for it.
Oh, damn. Is it this blue one?
It looks similar to that. That's a GMC, which GMC Chevy are very similar. But let me see. Well, here,
That purple one?
it looks. Is that that is it actually? I think that is it. Yeah. I lifted it and put some tires on it. Put lipstick on a pig, and but I wrapped it. And after I wrapped it, man, I just was so like I didn't want it to get touched. And I hated it because I bought this old truck just to have a truck. And I like the look of it, whatever, but I wasn't trying to make it like a show truck. I didn't want to make it look pretty. I didn't give a fuck if it got dented, if my kids, open it up and it hits a a tree or opens a door and gets a little door ding or whatever. I didn't care. But then I put the wrap on it, and the wrap looked so damn pretty. I was like, fuck, now I don't want it to get touched or scratched. And with a wrap, it's basically just a sticker on top of it, and it was flat. It's a flat black. And dude, it's like the rain, if you don't get the rain off it, the rain stains it and shit. It's been quite the ordeal. And so I've really just had to let it go and forget.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, mastering objects.
Yeah, man.
Mastering objects. I've had friends who get really wealthy who didn't have anything, and objects start to destroy their lives.
Yeah. They start to run your life, man. Like it starts to become all about the things that you can and can't buy. And playing this fucking game of like who's got what or who's, what do I have? And then in the end, after, like I didn't come from money. Like my mom, she's great. She provided me with necessities, right? I had food on my table. I had a roof over my head.
Getting new clothes was a big deal.
No, exactly. I got one pair of shoes. We got one pair of shoes a year. There was
Damn.
There was four of us. There was four of us, and she was single mom.
Hey, that's poor. Just so
yeah.
I'm putting Josh was poor. POOR.
Whatever. I'm not saying, hey, have a sob story for me. I don't think I was a victim.
No.
I actually.
But one pair of shoes a year for an athlete is a kid who plays hard.
Yeah, man. Like we had shoes until we got holes in them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
the soles would literally fall off, or your socks would be flapping out.
Let me tell you.
Remember all that shit?
Yeah. And let me tell you, there wasn't fucking one time where I was like, God, I wish I had 3 pairs of fucking shoes. I just was like, it was what it was. I had those pairs of shoes and I wore them.
Yes. I never wished for more either. I just accepted it. Yep.
And then,
hey, I used to have to wear my mom's shoes to school sometimes because my shoes would be so fucked up, and the kids would make so much fucking fun of me. They were like they were just like white generic tennis shoes. And they were like 3 sizes too big. It was like in the 5th grade.
You're talking about those fucking all white Keds. I bet they were
Yes, it was basically like that. They were women's tennis shoes.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
But anyways, where I was going before you interrupted me.
No, my life, Josh, my life.
Sorry. Tell me more. But I just didn't fucking care. And then as I got older, right, and I started to make a little bit of money, and I thought it was cool. So I'd buy shit. And then you have these things, and you think it's going to change your life somehow. Or you think it's going to make your life that much better. And don't get me wrong, like money can create situations that are fun, but it's the objects that you think that you're going to be like, oh, I have this is so great. It's not like. All they are is fucking things, right? That you said, like cause you stress sometimes. And I mean,
I would rather have a shitty car that runs well and never have to worry about gas than a nice car and have to worry about gas. I never want to worry about the price of gas.
Man, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's interesting. Yeah, like I got this diesel. I got my Jeep in a diesel form because I was like, oh, diesel gets better gas mileage. It's actually for the longest time it was slightly cheaper than normal gas, and then now all of a sudden it's like fucking $1.50 more.
Diesel is more now.
It's like $5 a gallon, dude. It's like $4.90, $5.
You know what's crazy living in California? People are like, gas prices are skyrocketing. They're $4.25. I'm like, they've been $4.25 for 3 years. What are you talking about?
I think the
now
lowest
it's $6.99 now. Like, it's so weird to hear
the-
the rest of the country talk.
Yeah, right. I know. Like I'm in Colorado, and I'm like, I got here, and it's like, oh, it's just California gas prices now, $4 a gallon and $5 a gallon.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is interesting what you're saying about the thing. I never asked. Even though the kids made fun of me, like I just still didn't even worry about it. I wasn't like,
No, it was just like,
I wasn't like, oh my God, I got to get home and get new shoes. It was just like, okay, now kids make fun of me. And then eventually I got new shoes and it went away.
Or
and
like,
even in high school, I remember I bought British Knights.
BKs, baby, BKs.
Yeah,
of course, I know what BKs are.
And
Come
everyone's
on.
like, you think you're black? You think you're black? I'm like, why? Because those are black people's shoes. I was like, okay,
whatever.
Right.
No, whatever. I don't know what that means.
I have shoes. At least I have shoes that cover my socks.
I have shoes on my feet, bro.
What is this?
Yeah, like we grew up, we just didn't have a ton of shit, man. We
hit 99 cents. What country are you in?
Yeah, no kidding. Where were you at? That must have been like Arkansas or Alabama. Louisville.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Did you hear that? Sorry. 99 cents, 350. That's Louisiana, right?
Yeah, Louisiana, I guess.
And I think they have I think their gas is always notoriously cheap. I'm going to type that in really quick. Hey, how come you don't have pictures of your truck on your Instagram?
I think I do. It's just a long time ago. Like I said, it was like 3 years ago.
Like you were excited. You snapped a photo of it. Hey, look at my new truck. And then now it's just back to shots of your mustache.
Got to.
How is life?
It's good. Hey, Yosef. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're liking it. Glad you're liking it. Keep crushing it.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Yeah, this is, yep. Oh, I didn't know you were Wad Zombie. I didn't know you were in LA. Yeah, that's what it is here too. I think I just paid $6 something yesterday.
I thought Wad Zombie was from overseas.
Did you do you buy the cheap shit?
Oh, the Lou. Oh, he meant St. Louis. Got it. Do I say by what? Sorry.
And that's where you grew up, right?
Yeah.
Do you buy the cheap shit?
Gas?
Yeah.
Of course. I'm not dumb.
Oh man.
I know you're dumb. You told me the story.
Man, I just switched.
I'm surprised you don't have a Tesla. You seem like a Tesla guy.
I can't do Tesla because my OCD can't handle a car that I plug in. Do you know? Like, I can't like get into a car and see that it has 239 miles left in it, even if I'm only going to drive 6 miles, knowing that I can't just fill it up. Yeah,
but there's electric chargers. I feel like just about everywhere now.
I know. I just can't do it. There's a lack. You don't feel me on that? What I'm talking about?
I mean, I can understand it. I'm the guy. I can't have bubbles on my phone, like the little red bubbles, little red dots, like on my messages or that kind of stuff.
Right.
I can't have those. That makes me
really?
lose my mind. Yeah. Like if I have a text message or a phone call that I missed and I see a little red bubble, I lose it. I have to get it, like have it gone.
Oh yeah, Dave was like that with emails. It would drive him. His inbox always had to be empty.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I have 2 email addresses, and one got out of hand, and so I let it go, and I can let that one go. That's the only one it's the only red bubble I have to live with.
Wow. So if I text you and you're not ready to answer it, you still open it?
Yes.
Holy shit. See, mine's the exact. I cannot do that.
I can't have red dots.
But what if you can't answer that? What if like
I'll swipe it over and mark it as unread again.
You can do that with texts?
Yep.
No.
Yes, you can.
You have an iPhone? Okay, I'm swiping. No, look it. I just swiped it over. Look at the Matt and Josh thread that we're on. 7:56 a.m. I swipe it over and there's just trash or a bell.
I could have swore you can change it back because I thought I had. Maybe I'm wrong.
So
no, I guess you're right. Yeah, then I just have to go back and look at them. I guess I'm just thinking of emails. What
if you're with your girlfriend and text comes in from your agent and he's like, "Hey Josh, we need to set up a meeting with something tomorrow." but you can't set that up now. Where do you put that in your brain? I don't have any room for that shit in my brain to remember that. Will you type a note somewhere? You just deal with it.
I'll just go back. I'll remember it. That's right. I'll remember it.
If I'm lying in bed and I know I have a podcast with you tomorrow, and I think, oh, ask Josh about his training camp. You guys haven't talked about it in a little while. I will jump up out of bed and I will write it down, or else I can't go to sleep.
Really?
Yep.
Man. Yeah. I've started to write stuff down. I have like actually, so yeah, my girlfriend Sydney, she put, she has a little calendar actually now on my counter, and I'm actually liking writing stuff down on that and just kind of walking over and looking at it and not having to look at my phone for that kind of shit. It's actually, I've only been doing it for 2 weeks, but man, I fucking love it. Like, it's actually so nice.
Is that the point of it, to not have to look at your phone?
And yeah, like not have to look at my phone and then not have to like rely on, oh, did I write that down on my calendar or not in my phone? So now I've just been like, if I have something, I walk over to that and write it down really quick. It's nice. And like in the morning when I'm making coffee, it's right next to where I make coffee.
You're a good dude. You're going back to the Stone Ages. Man. She's changing your life.
What'd you say? Say it again.
I said she's changing your life.
I know. Yeah, good ways. All good ways.
Someone sent me a.
You know what I've been getting into lately? Mezcal. Mezcal tequila.
Oh, I thought for some reason that was a hallucinogenic. I'm like, don't do it.
Oh, Jesus. No, mezcal tequila, man. Oh, dude. It's so good. Have you ever had it? It's like a smoky tequila. Do you drink?
I do. Not a lot. Very, 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 very little. I'm looking at it now. Is it?
What do you?
Does it have a bull on it? Is it like a really like a Egyptian label?
What are you talking about? Oh, mezcal. Well, there's a lot of them. What
is it? It's a tequila. Is that a cactus? It's some sort of tequila made from a cactus?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Look at Josh. Josh is
people are saying it's not tequila. Okay, that's fine.
Josh has fallen prey to the you accidentally looked at the comments and now you're stuck over there.
I know. I gotta turn that shit off.
It's hard once you start looking over there.
I know.
I wanted to show you this thing. You don't follow the CrossFit world very closely, do you?
Haven't been as much lately. I still follow, like, when quarterfinals and all that and the opens going on. I'm like, I'm dabbling on it but not nearly as much as I used to. Yeah.
I want to show you this.
No, I didn't see the bracket Brian made. What is it? CrossFit Moments.
I don't know what that shit is either. That's too deep for me. But I want to show you. I talked to you about this guy a couple weeks ago. Shit, we got this.
We talked about this dude last week.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
after we talked about him, did he rip on me?
No, I don't think so. I hope so, but I don't think so. But so listen, so this guy makes videos and he just critiques like CrossFit stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't know if you've been following what's going on with the games, but it's just one train wreck after another.
No.
Okay, so I'll just give you a couple examples. The open workout leak, the quarterfinals workout leak.
Yeah, I heard about this.
They lied and said that the open workouts were Dave's workouts, but they changed something. They said it was minor. It wasn't minor. Just one thing after another. People submitting videos that were no good. HQ wasn't calling them on it. And then the most recent thing that happened a couple of days ago that kind of just made me realize, okay, it's fucking a complete lost cause, is there's basically, in a nutshell, there's a list of people who made it to semifinals, right?
Okay.
And this guy, Andrew Hiller, and a couple other people have made videos saying, hey, that list is wrong. There's people on there who don't deserve to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people who aren't on there who deserve to be on there. And CrossFit basically said, hey, it's close enough. And so these are people who paid $20 and $50. Man. And like, normally I wouldn't even care. Normally I'd be like,
close enough.
Yeah. I would have rather if someone just been like, fuck you, we don't care. But not, it's close enough.
Yeah, or don't respond either. Okay, there's like two ways you can handle this, right? There's don't respond because who the fuck are you anyways?
Right.
And then, or two is, no, this is our fucking show. We got the list right. You have it wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
no, fuck you. You're wrong. Or you don't respond to them.
And this guy even said, hey, if Dave was there, he would have just said, fuck you. We're okay with it. Fuck off.
Right.
And instead there's this like, well, we've done the math. And so these people on these videos who are critiquing HQ are actually showing the math about, hey, this is wrong. And HQ is not showing their math. It's really turned into a mess. And there's no CEO over there. We don't know what the fuck's going on. They still haven't, they fired Dave. So it actually reminds me of when CrossFit turned off its Facebook and its Instagram. There's no plan B. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, we just all jumped off the boat when we're out at sea with no life vests. Like, what's the plan?
Right. Hey, get off the boat. Get off the boat.
So another thing that happened is one of the workouts, there was they gave the rules for the workouts on the CrossFit Games site, right? These are the rules for the workout. Mm-hmm. And then they said something different on Instagram, and it was about how you jump over the bar.
Oh my God.
Yes. So they changed the rules saying you didn't have to jump off with 2 feet, but you couldn't step over the bar. It was weird.
You know
it
what
was
it sounds
so
like?
Fucked up. It was so fucked up.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like there's too many chiefs, right? And not enough Indians. There's not one person in charge telling everyone, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a bunch of it sounds like there's a bunch of people sitting around a round table being like, no, we should do this. No, we should do this. And no, they should do this. And no one's really fucking in charge, and everyone's just making their own little decisions, and that, like, no one's fucking in charge.
Yeah, no one is. Yes,
there's no one. There's no one at the top saying, no, this is how it's fucking done.
Right. It's bad. Okay,
so GP, I'll be the fucking CEO. Thank you.
So then you'd be a great CEO. So then this morning, this fucking dude releases this video, and I just want to show you like the first. Hold on,
give me a little clip of it.
I'm gonna give you a clip. This is a mess.
You're welcome, Andrew. We'll hook you up.
What did he want? Pictures of your girlfriend? Let's see.
I'm saying we'll hook you up. We'll put talking about him.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's not on. No, he's not on. No, he's not on here. No.
Okay.
Damn
okay.
right. Sorry, I know. I'm like, I gotta stop.
Hey, buddy.
Close enough-ish.
Hey, buddy.
Almost good.
Okay, here we go. Just watch this. So this is the so they just released the demo video for, I guess, the teams have to do quarterfinals too. It's so different than when you did the games. There's all these like new hoops and loops.
I know,
and things
it's so
you have to
weird.
jump through. Yeah. Okay. So now I think this weekend the teams are trying to qualify for the semifinals, and then from the semifinals they go to the game. So they're in the teams quarterfinals, and they released a demo video that the teams have to follow, right? Okay, watch this.
Look at the demo video.
The team will start the next set of burpees.
I can hear it.
The team will continue in this order until the workout is complete or the time cap is reached.
Did you see it? If you didn't, let me show you it again, but this time a little bit slower.
Cap is reached.
I'm going to need you to watch the athlete in the white's right foot.
Cap is reached.
She stepped on the line. Yeah, she's stepping on the line. I saw it.
Now, I'll tell you what, I don't really expect very much from CrossFit at this point, but I totally would expect for whoever's doing the demo video to not be demonstrating no repetitions in the freaking demo video. Go check out what they sent out for workout number 2. It says right there that you're not allowed to step on the line. And then you go look at what the line-facing burpee has with the head behind the line. In the demo video, their heads are all over the top of the freaking line. It doesn't even say where your head's supposed to be. Is your head allowed to be over? Is everyone going to have their heads over? While some people have their heads back, and the people who have their heads back are going to be out of control. I don't.
Hey, and this is just the first 50 seconds, dude. And here's the thing. If it was just me working out at your house, this guy's full of shit. But it's 250,000 people. There has to be like some really, you know what I mean?
How you have to be very, you're trying to find and bring the fittest people and the fittest teams to an event and host it and claim that you're the fittest person on earth. Like, you can't even get the initial demo to qualify to get it there right. Like, the video to put out. I mean, that was like, and I hate to bring this one up because it was just, everyone knows, the strict muscle up in the regional that year.
Yeah.
It was the dumbest thing ever, because in the fucking briefing, Adrian Bosman's like, you can't bring your feet up. Like, he's like, that was the rule, right? And so you have to make it as objective as possible. Give me the objective of the movement and I will do it. when you start bringing in subjectiveness, right? Like, was it, literally someone's like, so you can't someone raise their hand. So you can't bring your feet up at all. He's like, no, you can't bring your feet up. Next person's like, well, what if your feet come up a little bit? He's like, well, if they come up a little bit, that's okay. I'm not even fucking kidding. That was word for word how it went down. And you're like, that's clear as mud. Let's fucking go. Let's get this show on the road. It was absurd, man. Like, oh, Jesus. That's right. That's right, Jay Birch. No judges at my house. Not one rep. Not one no rep ever has happened here.
That's the thing. Like,
but that's what sucks. What's awful for that picture or that video that they posted, that is an objective. Like, here's the objective: keep your head, keep your feet, everything behind the line, stand up, jump over the line. That is as objective as it can get, right?
Yes,
There's no subjectivity to that.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, did their hips move, blah, 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 whatever. No, that is very objective. And that's a great fucking, like, anytime that is a standard is objective like that, is so great. Like, and that's what I love.
Don't worry about the hip opening. Don't worry about the feet coming up.
Right,
Here's the line. Your body has to completely go on one side or the other. Go.
Exactly. That is objective as it gets, right? Like, it's like get over a box, get up and over a box. I don't care how you do it. Get up and over a box. Objective. And then to fucking fuck that up, man.
Hey, do you know about?
It sounds like those guys don't know shit about fuck.
Do you know Romanoff and the pose position? The kind of idea behind pose.
Striking.
The running guy.
Yes.
The running guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And basically you can do pose for everything. And I don't want to screw this up because he's a brilliant man. Have you met him?
No.
He's great. But basically in the pose, there's these key points in the movement that I don't know if you could say they're marked by a change in direction or by a change the relationship of the athlete to gravity reaching apexes, but there's these points and they're really obvious and you have to meet these points. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what that line does. Yeah. Like, hey, there's these points. At one point, your chest has to touch. At one point, you have to stand back up. And at another point, you have to clear the line with no part of your body touching the line or still being on the side. Like, there's these poses. Just meet those points. And then anything you do in between, fucking, I don't care. Put your thumb in your butt, fucking brush your hair. I don't give a shit. Eat a banana. But you have to reach these points. It's just nuts. And this guy's having a field day. This video hasn't even been up for, I can't even believe how many views this video already has. I mean, he's single-handedly, this guy every day and he's not even being mean. He's tired. You just even tell, like, at this point, he doesn't expect much from HQ.
Yeah, he's just showing the ridiculousness. Yeah. That's all he's doing. He's not doing anything wrong. Like, I haven't really watched any of the videos, so I'm just saying this, like, off of what we've seen, these little blurb of I've seen.
Yeah.
But man, like, he's just pointing out the ridiculousness that is happening. That's okay. That's allowed. That's what fucking people are there for. Keep you in check.
I think he wanted to go hard at first, and now it's kind of like in a fight. Once the dude's knocked out, you don't want to punch him anymore. I think he feels like they're not a good match. Like he KO'd their shit. Now he's just beating up on them. It's just endless.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, it was kind of like the same thing where, my deadlift video gets deducted, and then when Brooke Wells, right, the world went crazy on Brooke Wells handstand push-up, whatever, CrossFit comes back and goes, well, she showed capacity. You're like,
yeah.
What the fuck, man? Just have a standard, right? If this is the standard, and you decided that they didn't meet the standard, this is what happens. This is the deductions. This is whatever. Like, just fucking have it and then use it, right? Because then you can't ever go back. Like, because then people can't call you up and be like, for being hypocrites, right? This is what happens if we deem your video not to be meet the standards. This is what happens. Don't fucking just like change and do whatever you want. You know what I mean? It's just so ridiculous.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad for everything.
You still sound sick, Sevan. I'm not. It's just. I think it's all the dead soldiers have been coming up for 3 days. You know what I mean? Just all the mucus. But I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you look good though, so that's all right.
I feel so good. I've been working out hard. I've been doing more just like slow strength training. I saw an 8-year-old girl the other day deadlift 220 pounds. I was like, all right, I think I should get strong again. Stronger. Do you know this girl? Have you seen this video?
No.
They show you?
Mm-mm.
Good, thank you. Let's see here. So I'm not sick. I'm going to go to the beach today. The second I'm off with Josh, I'm going to party at the beach. Oh my God. How excited are you for the fights tomorrow?
Oh my gosh, bro. That card. I cannot. Shamoff versus Burns.
Okay, wait, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold
Okay.
that thought. Okay, so this girl's been around forever now. She's got almost 400,000 followers. I think she's 8 years old, but check this out. This is nuts. Watch
She's
this.
8. Jeez.
Yeah, watch this. Oh no, 9. Sorry, 9-year-old weightlifter Rory Van Ulft shoots for a personal best 3.2 times body weight deadlift. Here we go.
Dang. That's crazy.
Look at this. That's a 9-year-old. I pulled this picture up and like I was holding it on my phone, like compared it to Avi's legs, and Avi's a fucking athlete, and his legs look nothing like that, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and look at that.
That's super
focus for a
impressive.
9-year-old.
Getting someone that age to be coordinated and understanding movements and how to move their body is so impressive, because it's not, especially moving like that, right? Like that's like a snatch movement is such a weird, complex movement, and for that little girl to be able to like have that so finely tuned is so impressive.
You know, you could never. Well,
like I've tried to teach my 11-year-old, cleans, and I've never tried to teach him snatch. I'm like, nope, we're not doing that yet. But like a squat, clean, and a jerk, and it's just like understanding body movement and having that body awareness is super impressive. How fast she gets her elbows around and her arms are relaxed. Like, gosh, that's crazy.
My kids were pretty good at all that shit. For their age, but the jerk that was always a fucking handful for them. They could do the snatch better than the jerk. This part was crazy for them. They couldn't do this.
Yeah, it's
Boom.
to realize you're driving the bar up with your legs and not your arms. And then driving yourself underneath the bar. It's really crazy.
Let's see if I can find a picture of her coach. I want to know. I'm curious if you know him. Oh, this breaks my heart seeing her with a mask. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
We're better than this.
Yeah, you're better than this. Let's see if I can find her coach. He's been around forever.
Oh, really? Like an Olympic weight? He's an Olympic weightlifting coach?
Yeah.
Is it? It's not like Greg Everett, right, or anything? Or
no? Man. Oh, here he is. Here, I think this is him right here. Do you recognize this guy? No, that's kind of a fucked up shot from the back. Oh, here, this guy, Mormon lifter. This guy. I always thought he was Max Mormont because of his
Spencer Mormon. I don't think I do.
2 times champ, junior record.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm maybe, but I don't think so.
Oh, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's not small.
Oh my God.
Or that room's really small.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Oh my goodness.
He's a big feller.
Oh my goodness. It's weird seeing the big guys just look how each one gets better.
I know, man. Moves. Yeah.
Yeah. So Hazmat. Kazmat. What's his name?
Shemav.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm reading it over here in the comments. Someone's correcting my Shemov. I don't know how to say his name. Shemav.
Oh, Souza says you know him.
I know him. Santa Claus.
Hey, do you remember the story? Before we go to the UFC, do you remember the story of Todd Marinovich? Do you know who that is? A quarterback, I think for UCLA.
What? Say his name again?
He might be a little too Todd Marinovich. Oh, I'm spelling his name.
No,
wrong.
I don't know that.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up a I'm going to bring up this. Basically, he was a football player. I think he went to UCLA, and his dad basically was training him to be a professional football player from the day he was born. So even like in the crib, he used to stretch him, and like he just trained him to be like, you know, the best fucking quarterback. He may have won the Heisman. Does anyone know that?
That name does not sound. Oh, that's USC. Jeez Louise. Hello. USC, not UCLA.
He entered the 1990 season as a Heisman Trophy candidate with speculation on his leaving school early for that vote. Did he win the Heisman?
He doesn't.
Anyway, it's early.
It doesn't sound like he won a Heisman.
He's 52 now, so he's a little so he was my age. Anyway, someone sent me I couldn't tell if it was how harsh it was, but it felt like it was a little harsh, basically saying like, hey, dude, you should ease up off your boys. They're going to end up like Todd Marinovich. He basically ended up getting addicted to shit. His second season was marred by personal issues, some clashing with cocaine charges. Yeah. And oh yeah, here he is on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Someone just wrote that he has a 30 for 30 on him. I love 30 for 30, so I'll have to watch that one.
Let's see. Oh no, this is just. Anyway, it was weird because people, someone sent that to me. They're like, "Hey, you should ease up on your boys. This cannot turn out well." But I don't have any goals for my kids to be professional athletes.
No, yeah, like I think that there's a right way and a wrong way, right? If you're grooming them to be just a one sport athlete, right? You're grooming your kids to be just all around athletic, and also showing them, hey, doing sports is not only just about the sport, it's about building character, it's about building discipline, it's about building a lot of things. It's not just solely about becoming great at one sport.
Right. And so yesterday my kid's playing tennis against another kid, and they're both good kids, and I see my son serves like four, he gives away 2 points, like it gets, so it's like 0-30, right? Love 30. So yeah. he gave 4 faults serving. You get 2 serves, and then the other guy gets a point. And I see he's looking over, ironically, watching the boy he's playing's little brother play on the side outside the court, like he's watching this like 5-year-old play. Mm-hmm. So he loses the match. And he comes over and he's switching sides. And when he's in tennis, you're not allowed to talk to him. The tennis instructor is very serious. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I've had to go out there and run a suicide before. Like, it's crazy. You're not allowed to interrupt. So he comes over and he has 2 tennis balls in his short pockets, and he can't get the balls out. So he's been having to play with these balls and stuck in his pocket. You know, you're supposed to wear shorts with pockets, and it was the first time he'd worn these shorts, so he couldn't get the balls out. So he's playing with these 2 huge balls in his pockets. And my boy's only this tall. Yeah. So he comes over, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to take the balls out of his pocket. And the instructor's like, okay, you know, the coach. Mm-hmm. And while but I'm just using that as an excuse. So he comes over, I'm like, hey, you need to wake the fuck up, you know? And he's like, yeah, I will, you know? And if I talk to my kid like that all the time, so like it's not a big deal to him, like on the court, you know, like I'm an intense human being, like it's intense, like when I hug my kid, I hug the shit out of him. Like he squeezes till he's like, all right, that's good, you know. And but he ended up winning the next, like, you know, he ended up crushing the kid. The kid didn't score another point on him for like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So there is it kind of depends on your. You can push these guys. You can push them. Yeah, you can. That's what I mean. People underestimate kids, and right now there's also this, like, you know, everyone has to be a winner, and that's the only way. Everyone gets a trophy. You know, that whole bullshit, right? Where like, no, these kids need to understand, like, getting yelled at doesn't mean someone's mad. It means that like someone's enthusiastic sometimes. Right? Yeah. And they actually like they're really there rooting for you. And like that was what I always took away from like my high school wrestling coach. My high school wrestling coach would rip into us, and his fucking face would turn purple. He would scream at us so much, and I loved it because I knew because I was like because I knew he fucking cared. If someone's over there and he's just like, you know, like a fucking bump on a log, you're like, does this guy even give a shit? And I don't know. But you also have to be able to read people too and understand athletes and which ones can take it. Like my younger son, like if you get on him, he kind of shrivels up. Yeah. I got one of those too. It's a different game. It's a different game.
You just have to understand that each athlete. And then, you know what? Guess what? Life sometimes is going to yell at you no matter what. And so even my little guy, like if he gets yelled at, it's not like I'm like, oh, pissed because someone yelled at him and made him, go into his shell. It's a learning lesson for him. Listen, man, like life isn't always going to be perfect, and not everyone's going to treat you like you want to be treated. Sometimes you're going to get treated like a coach or a boss or someone's going to yell at you, and you're going to have to fucking deal with it. So,
and I didn't care that he was losing the points.
No.
I cared that he was fucking asleep at the wheel.
Dude, I say that same thing.
Like, don't fall asleep at the wheel. I don't give a fuck, but just don't fall asleep at the wheel. We'll fall asleep at the wheel on the way home.
I was having this conversation with someone not that long ago, and it's about effort. Like, I don't give a shit if they're winning or losing.
Yeah.
But if I'm over there and I'm the one spending, my evenings driving you back and forth from practice and taking you to these places and spending thousands of dollars to travel baseball, and then you're on the field and you're not fucking trying, beat it, dude. Yeah. Like, that's when we're going to have words and we're going to have a discussion, right? Because it's like, no, this ain't okay. Like, I'm not going to waste my time to try to help to benefit you if you're not going to give me effort. That's all I asked for.
Right. And he was cool about it. He knows. Like, I don't like, and then afterwards, are you glad that I told you wake the fuck up? He's like, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it's like, okay. I needed to hear it, man.
And you can have that, even though they're only 7, you can have a dialogue with them. What do you want me to do to help you snap out of your shit?
Right.
Like, what do you like? You weren't even there.
Exactly.
I want to show you.
Having conversations with your kid is so vital. And it's something I've had to learn too, because sometimes I'm like, I think, oh, I just have to tell this kid what he's got to do. And then I stop and realize, like, no, man, like, why don't you ask him what his perspective is? It actually might help me to correct or have a better conversation with him, because they're so much smarter than you think they are. A lot of times, you're like that. You just like, if you can just watch and observe, like sometimes I just watch and observe and try to like see, and man, like, you're like, damn, like these kids are so much, they retain so much more stuff than I think they are retaining. Because I think it just goes in one ear and out the other ear, but it's like, no, they pick up on it and they see it and they understand it.
There are these things that happened to me as a kid, and they're not even that heavy, but like they permanently stain me. Like one time I got in a fight with my sister, and we were taking a shower. We were little kids. We get in this fight, and my dad took her side, and it stuck with me like for like 20 years. It just stuck with me. I fucking resented him that he took her side for it, and that I was fucking getting beat up in there. He didn't mean it to be. To him, it was nothing. To my sister, it was nothing. It wasn't a big deal at all. But you're a fucking little kid and you fucking make it into this like big deal. It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
But to me, so I always try to check in with my kids. Hey, if there's anything I've done that fucked you up, that like you're holding on to, let's do it. Let's have that shit out. I want to set you free. I don't want you to have to like carry any of that. Like, let the outside world give you those lessons. I want home to be like so safe and so happy and like dig it up. Don't like, and I didn't even know, like I could have talked to my mom, my dad or my sister about it, right? Easily, but I just didn't. Instead, I let it fester because I was just a kid. I didn't,
right. Yeah.
It wasn't even an option to let it go.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want my kids to have to hold on to harsh shit unless it's like life shit. Like, yeah, someone smokes your ass at a wrestling tournament and it's fucking sticks with you fucking forever. Good. That one's yours.
Yeah, exactly, man. I know. I agree. I think that's a great point. Like being able to talk to your kids and understanding like their perspective and understanding like their side. Like I've asked my boys like, hey, do I fucking do anything that, like that's wrong? And if I do, tell me.
Yeah. Tell me.
I know I'm not perfect. And I am very quick to say I'm sorry to my kids. Like very, like I've hammered them a couple of times where I was like, damn, that was wrong. Like,
do you ever think though that you shouldn't say sorry? Like you're like, God, like I want to say sorry, but they kind of need this. They kind of needed that one.
Only if I think if I handled it correctly, then I won't apologize.
Right.
But like, if I hammer them, and I know I was wrong. Like there was this one time where I was like playing, I was like pitching, or I was giving my kid batting practice. I was throwing him pitches and he just was not getting it. And man, I just lost it. And I think I was having a bad day. I might've had a bad training session. I probably was snatching horrible that day or something.
Yeah.
And I kind of took it out on him and he was just like, Dad, what the hell? Like, why are you so angry with me right now? And he's like fuck this. And he didn't say fuck this, but he's like, you know, I'm out of here. Like, and he just like walked back to the car. And I was like,
so he did. He stood up. He stood up to you.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And I was proud of him. I was like, fuck, you should have. I was being an asshole. I was being an asshole, and I deserved it. And I apologized. And I was like, hey man, like, I was out of line. Like, that was stupid. I don't know why I was getting so upset, you know? And I'm like, and you didn't deserve that. Like, that was nothing you were doing was wrong. Like, it was my fault. And so
I reward them when they stand up for me. Josh should be CEO of the PTA. So the other day I dropped off, my mom was with us and I was with the boys, and we pull up to her house and we're dropping her off, and she gets out and the boys are like clamoring to go inside and hang out. And I'm like, no, we got to go home and we got shit to do. We're going to eat dinner. And my mom gets out and I walk over and give her a kiss goodbye. And I get back in the car, and my youngest son he's unbuckled, and he goes, open the door. And I go, what? And he goes, open the door. I'm getting out. I go, no, I told you you're not going. He goes, no, I'm already unbuckled and I'm getting out and I want to stay here.
Yeah. Damn.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right, motherfucker. Yeah. I open the door and he jumps out and he runs to the door. And my mom goes like this. I'm like, yeah. And I rewarded him just like, okay. And I don't normally do that. Normally I'd be like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? But like, okay, he's putting his foot down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reward him for that. I'm going to let him know that, okay, it's okay to put your foot down once in a while. And the other two are like, and they're like, what about us? I'm like, you guys are pussies. You didn't jump out. Before I could even shut the door, they fucking unbuckled and bolted the door. But what's crazy, it was my like most meek son. You know what I mean? It's like the one that always steps in line, always holding on to mommy. But he's like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
And you just got to like, even though it's weird, you have to know when to like call an audible and be like, hey, he gets rewarded for this.
Yeah.
He gets I want to encourage that behavior. I want to be like, yeah, you stood up.
I agree, man.
I manned up.
I told my kids, you know, like anytime in school, if they didn't agree with their, like if the teacher was saying something that they were like, it sounded weird or out of place, like never be afraid to question your teachers, like question why they're telling you something. Because man, in California, like, especially when they did the homeschooling shit, the shit you heard on that computer, you're like, what? Like, why are you even talking about this? Like the teacher literally said, started talking about snowmen or something like that. And he's like, I don't even know why they say snowman. Why not snow person? It's like, why the fuck are you even talking about this? Why the fuck are you wasting my 10-year-old's time talking about a fucking pile of snow and what someone calls it?
Like, hey, and if you are going to do that, keep it to yourself. Just say snow person.
Yeah.
Just say snow person. Yeah, just do whatever. But
you do whatever you want to do. But
right,
if someone says snowman, don't be offended.
Yeah.
Like nobody gives a shit. It's a fucking pile of snow.
People are getting batshit crazy. Hey, I have hope though. Do you have hope? Like I
have hope and change.
That's what I mean. Change. Like I think things are going to change. I think we're going to see some pretty crazy shit. I think we're going to see some, we're going to see some good stuff. Oh shit. I can't even find my own fucking Instagram account. This is fucking crazy. I want to show you something I posted and show you how people reacted to it. Okay, here we go. Curious what you think about this. I said, I want you guys to feel the spirit of this one. Don't fall into the weeds. I want you to feel the spirit of this one. That's what I posted with it. Okay, here we go. Chrome tab. Here we go. Okay, check out this one.
Don't go for fucking beers watching sports.
Can you hear this?
Bars.
Okay.
We don't have time.
Here we go.
High performance people fly like eagles. They fly alone. I don't have any friends. I've got 4 or 5 guys I've known 40, 50 years. They came to my 70th birthday. We don't hang out. We don't go to the Super Bowl. We don't go to the World Cup. And we certainly don't go for fucking beers watching sports in sports bars. We don't have time. High performance people fly like eagles. They fly alone. I don't have any friends.
What do you think?
I've got 4 or 5 guys I've known.
Hey man, I think that I don't disagree with it. You know, do you have, is it 100%? No. Like obviously anyone can do great things, but dude, that's how I was when it came to being a CrossFit Games athlete, man. I lost friends. I had no friends. Everything that took me away from my goal, I removed from my life. right? Like I didn't drink hardly for the past 10 years. I didn't drink. I had like maybe a beer every couple months, one beer, and that was it. And I'd be like watching a UFC fight. And the guys watching the fights with me, we'd sit at my house, we'd watch a fight after we fucking worked out all day, you know?
And then when the fights were over, you would basically tell them to leave because you had to go to bed.
And the fights were over. Exactly. They would leave because they were doing the same thing. They were going home to sleep and I was going to sleep. It's just, yeah, man. Like it's, when you want to be great at something, man, like it's a lonely fucking place sometimes.
So I'm going to read you some of the comments here. So this is from some girl who looks really pretty. I bet he also doesn't laugh a lot or smile much or experience great joys often. We are programmed to believe the grind is the pinnacle of success, but grinding things endlessly makes them brittle and weak. Have the beer and laugh with your buddies might actually promote a mindset and produce productivity, creativity, growth. Just my 2 cents. And I think this is why a lot of people don't understand me, because I think he does. That's why I said feel the spirit of this one. This is a guy, when he laughs 100%. When he relaxes 100%. That's what I mean. Don't fall into the weeds. Feel the big spirit of what he's saying, the 100,000-foot view. Everything he does, he does. Don't worry about the words about grinding or I don't have any friends, or the spirit of what he's saying is he is in. I'm in. I sleep hard. I fuck hard. I play hard. I kiss hard. He's in.
Yeah,
He's
no, I mean,
like these parents that just go to their kids' events and they're just kind of like drone out. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm in. I'm watching, or I'm on my phone. Seriously, or I'm doing something.
And no one's fucking saying like it's 100%. But man, like people just don't want to work anymore. They live for that off time, right? And they live for those paychecks. And it's like, I don't know. I loved what I did. I loved my 10 years as a CrossFit Games athlete. It was fucking awesome. And it was hard. It was
And you're so glad it's behind you.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a fucking great time while I did it. But yeah, man, like when I did, I put everything into it. And I think there's just certain people are like that, right? Some people want to put every fucking thing, every ounce of it. Like when I go into something, whatever it is, I want to put 1,000% into it. And it's hard because you have to pick and choose what you want to do. You can't do it all. You can't do 100% of everything. Right. And so you have to pick and choose what's important to you, what's your priority. And I think that's the hardest part for people, right? Is especially with social media, because everyone's fucking showing like, oh, I should be doing that, or I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. It's like, no, man, pick your fucking path and go down that lane and go at it 100%. Yeah.
I'm not comfortable watching that. I'm not comfortable watching Netflix. I suspect, I observe that I'm wasting my life when I do that. I would rather be asleep. I would rather be clipping my toenails. Unless there's something in that Netflix show that's going to make me a better person. I'm not interested in tuning out. I'm not.
I think where was I going?
I'm not running from myself ever. It's like you with your text messages. I have to open it if it's bugging me.
Yeah.
If something's bugging me, I have to fucking address it. Even just now, I was late for the show because I saw poop on my lawn, and I couldn't just like come in here and be like, I'll pick it up later. I don't operate. I had to go out there and barefoot and pick up the poop.
I heard a quote somewhere, and it's not my quote, but like some people, have the mindset, right? They do a little bit, and they think they should have everything from that, right? They should be like that should be enough. Like that was enough. I did enough to whatever my goal is. I should be getting my goal at that point with just doing a little bit. And then you have fucking people like us who are like, you do everything you think you can, and then you're still worried like, fuck, I should be doing more.
Right.
I should be doing something else because I could be getting better at that. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's two different mindsets. There's one where it's like, oh, I did enough. That should get me to my goal. Or there's people who are like grinding. And then they get done and like, fuck, what else should I have been doing? What else could I be doing right now? And I think people don't fucking appreciate sleep enough.
I can't even talk on the subject because I wake up every morning in such pain.
Dude, sleep is so good. And
I wake up every morning in such pain.
And it's so hard to get good sleep. It's tough and it's not easy, man, but fuck.
What is good sleep? How would you describe that? I don't even know if I know anymore.
I like when I don't wake up to take three when I don't wake up to take 3 pisses in the middle of the night.
Hey, do you sweat? Do you wake up in a puddle of sweat every night?
No,
But you used to as a games athlete, right?
Sometimes, not very often. I was
Oh,
never,
really?
yeah, not very. I only did that after surgeries. After surgeries, when that shit was coming up, like when the anesthesia was coming out of the body, you know, the shit they put in you to put you to sleep, man, like I would wake up in puddles of sweat.
I thought Sevan, have you ever tried CBD? There was this friend there's this friend of mine whose ex-wife was a hardcore drug addict, and she had all the good drugs too, but she had this huge glass jar just full of these amazing CBD pills. And she gave me so many, and I was like popping like 30 a day for a month, and I felt nothing. I even got the pen that you smoked, and no, I don't do anything like that. The thing is I don't ever even want to sleep. I just lie down usually and put an eye pillow on and start practicing energy body, and then I fall asleep, and then usually like clockwork at 5:59 I wake up and my back is so stiff. Like crazy stiff. Why do you only wear the Elmer? I wear the Elmer Fudd hat all the time. It's when I don't want to do my hair. If I don't want to put goo in my hair, I wear the Elmer Fudd hat. That's it. Do you do CBD, Josh? Any of that shit?
I have CBD.
Do you feel anything?
I don't do it every night. But this company definitely has sent me some sleep stuff, and it's helped a little bit with sleep.
I don't believe Josh. I don't believe Josh. Didn't help shit.
No, I did. It did. Like the nights I've tried it, I felt like I slept that night. But man, in my head, I always wonder, like, what was it that made me sleep better, right? Was it the fact that I worked out really hard that day? Was it the fact that I ate really good that day? Was it the fact that I got sun in the morning, right first thing in the morning? Or was it the fact that I did my ice bath first thing in the morning? Or was it I could shut my brain off. Maybe I meditated that day for like fucking 10 minutes. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's CBD, like that's the hardest part, because I try so many different things to get the good sleep. I don't really know which one is actually helping it the best, I guess is the only way to put it.
Right. I've never gotten, someone else said it too. I've tried a half dozen CBD pills and creams, no results. I think it's just because I want it to be like I'm on Oxycontin or something.
I was just gonna say, I think some people like take that shit and they think it's gonna be like, oh, I'm taking CBD, which is cannabis, the oil from cannabis plant, so it's like, I'm gonna feel something. You're probably not gonna feel shit. But the
like NyQuil, like even NyQuil. Like,
I don't ever take NyQuil, because I've taken that shit like once or twice, and man, it's awful.
Like, when you wake up in the morning, you feel hungover.
Yeah. And melatonin, man, I go back and forth with melatonin. Like, I don't like to take it. I know we had this discussion before, and some people say it's great, and other people say it's terrible. I listened to that Andrew, what the fuck is his name?
The doctor?
Andrew Hubbard or something.
Oh, Huberman. Yes.
Huberman. Yeah. And he talked about melatonin and how it like shrank the size of these like mice's balls to like, whatever. What do you got going on over there? What is that?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
The gardeners are here.
Oh, those sons of bitches. Son of a bitch. Yeah, so I go back and forth with melatonin. I have done also another thing called that's him. Yeah, he got some good shit. My favorite part about him is with the cold tub. He talks about something that I've actually always realized, but I did, I'm not smart enough. I don't have a fucking 10-pound brain like this guy does. To where like when you get in your cold tub, if you splash around a little bit, right, the water circulates, and then you don't have that layer of like the water getting hot around your body from your body temperature. It just helps the ice baths a little better. And with the fucking cold plunge, it has jets in it, right? It's like a jacuzzi tub, but it's cold water.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that last time.
And so it circulates the water, man. It's game changer. So much different, so much harder.
God, this guy's got a million followers. People love his shit.
Yeah, he actually has a sleep cocktail that he talked about when he was on the Tim Ferriss podcast, and it's magnesium glycinate, or starts with a G, whatever one that is, and then apinogen and theanine. And he takes those 3 things, and that's like his sleep cocktail. And I tried that for a little bit, and I think it was helping. Again, same thing like last time. Like I tried so many different things. So I don't know, man. 3 and 8. There it is. Thanks, John. Magnesium 3 and 8.
Well, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I really like this. Oh, this is a heat map.
Yeah.
Envy, shame, pride, contempt.
Do you follow him? Or did
No, I don't know if I follow him. Do I follow him? Oh yeah, I must follow him because or else it would say follow, right? I follow I follow 1,200 people. I never scroll. My wife's like, "Oh, did you see what I posted?" I'm like, "No." Hey, where's the one? There's something I feel a few times a day where it's just my cock and balls heat up. Look it, and he doesn't even got that in here.
Uh-oh.
It's always yeah.
That's boring.
Oh my God.
Love. Look at that.
I know, but it's like none of my love. No, my love was
Hey.
just this section down here heats up when I'm in love. Hey, what is this?
Your vulva?
Yeah. How dare you? You're just showing off your anatomy skills now. You just want to say some big words. Hey, look at this. Depressed. Like neutral, you're black. You're just like you're not hot or cold, but depressed, you get cold.
That's interesting.
Hey, and that's how I feel in the mornings. I wake up after fasting for 36 hours. I
cold
feel
soul.
Oh God, I'm so fucking
I got a
cold.
black heart over here.
It's so bad.
Yeah, blackout curtains are big. Room cold for sure. Yeah, I do earplugs. I do fucking masks, even if I'm not in a room that's blacked out.
I feel I used to use an eye pillow a lot, like every night, and now I've stopped because I feel like I'm addicted to it.
That's one thing too. I hate only unless I think it's good for me, and then I'm okay with it. But I don't like to take medications or sleep ingest stuff for sleep. You know what I mean? Like I want to be.
How about even just like having your legs always up, like having to have a pillow under your legs, or having to have the room fully dark? Like I don't even like that shit.
I don't like my knees touching.
Oh, I cannot stand my knees touching if I'm sleeping. Yeah.
It drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah. I've even tried to fight that too. Been like, hey, just suck it up and quit being a bitch. And after like 5 minutes, I'm like, nah, I can't do this.
I'm gonna put something in there. Like I fold a blanket in between. I used to use the chili pad. We talked about this, right? It's the mattress that goes underneath on top of your mat. Sorry.
Yeah, why would you use that if you didn't sweat like crazy?
Because you can still absorb the heat from like the mattress, right? Like your body heat's going to heat up the mattress. And so that just keeps that thin little layer of cold water kind of keeping your body temperature down. And so the body's mechanism to wake itself is the temperature, your body temperature raises. And that's how you wake up. When you wake up in the morning, your core temperature is at the warmest it will be all day. And when you go to sleep, your core temperature is at the lowest it will be.
Wow. Well, that makes sense because every time I go to sleep, I am like especially on my fasting days, I am like cold, and I've never been cold my whole life. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm not like I got that all from Dr. Matthew Walker has a really
I wonder if that's even 1 degree's difference, that lowest and highest. I wonder how
I wonder. Yeah. I have no, yeah. I wonder what it is too, actually. That's a good point.
Because even 1 degree would be a lot.
It'd be huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it's less.
Okay, so go on with that. So you would use a chili pad to help keep you asleep longer.
It's supposed to keep you in deeper sleep. Yeah, allow your body to stay in like a deeper sleep cycle. I haven't put it on my newest mattress. Again, same thing. Like, man, I don't know if it really works or not. You know,
why'd you kick it to the curb? Why isn't like it vital?
I moved and I just haven't put it back on the mattress. You know, when I moved, so that was like in October.
And are you going to?
Maybe.
You don't miss it.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I also been traveling so much now. It's like I don't know.
You're maybe or you just got old and you're just not as warm as you used to be.
Maybe.
Peter Attia has a good podcast on sleep.
So Peter Attia did a 3-part podcast with that Dr. Matthew Walker, and it's like 9 hours. It's literally, I think each part is 3 hours. It's 9 hours, and I listened to it, and it was so fucking interesting because they go through melatonin, they go through weed or marijuana, they go through using alcohol, like all these things. He's like, they're telling you like because people are like, oh, I gotta have a couple of drinks before I go to bed, and he's like, man, drinking alcohol to go to sleep is like me hitting you with a baseball bat and putting you to sleep. You're not sleeping. You're just not awake. You're just not conscious. So it's really interesting. It was all.
That's the theme of this show today.
What's that?
Just you're not asleep. You've been hit with a baseball bat. You're not awake. You've been hit with a baseball bat. That's what I was. Also, there's people who are awake who are just like that. You know what I mean? Like I was describing those parents who are like, be at their kids' sporting events or just shit like that, or just people who just aren't paying attention. That's what I think that guy was saying. And drinking before you go to sleep is stupid.
Yeah.
Even though that's the only time I ever drink, it is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Because day drinking, man, you do day drinking, then you're like, you ain't getting shit done.
What? Ask Brooke Wells. Ask Brooke Wells what? Does she day drink?
Yeah. What are we asking her?
Yeah, let's ask her something. Did you see? Let me see what's going on over here with Dave. Someone told me. Do you care if I look at Dave's Instagram real quick? Take a
look it up.
Quick. The Dave Castro.
Yeah, we'll plug Dave. I'm all about it.
Oh wait, where is it? Someone sent me a screenshot of him with Tia last night.
He posted that. I saw that.
Where is that?
It's on his story, I think.
What is this bullshit? Limited edition, limited run, limited until you guys run out of money paying for it. That kind of limited. The guy who makes my t-shirts like, hey, we're doing a limited run. I'm like, I don't want to do a limited run. How about doing an unlimited run? Limited. Oh yeah, here it is. Dave. What is Dave up to? How come Shane's not there? They don't even look like twins. Man, CrossFit is not a cult.
Josh, what about Doc Parsley, the former SEAL who does sleep studies? Yeah, I used, and so he has Doc Parsley is a former SEAL, he's a doctor, and he has a product called Sleep Remedy, and I've tried it, and I've actually used it a lot. And what I've come to find with it,
go on. Sorry, I thought this was on the screen so everyone could see. I fucked up. Okay,
and
tell me about your Doc Remedy.
What I've come with the Sleep Remedy is it only keeps me asleep. I wake up at the same time every night when I take it. So I'll take it and I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. and I'll be like wide awake. And so, I go to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, but it's like, I'm up at 4 and I don't want to be up at 4. So that's my only thing with it. It does have a little bit of melatonin in it. So I don't like to take it. And I've kind of like gone back and forth with it. But I think Doc Parsley's a fucking super smart guy.
It's always a mistake when you get up at 4 a.m. and you feel like, oh, I'm awake. I'll just get up. I never do that. It's always a mistake.
Always.
At 7:30 in the morning, you're gonna want to put a gun in your mouth and blow your brains out.
Noon, you're like, you keep your eyes open, you're just bloodshot.
Yeah.
Dude, the Masters this weekend. Sorry, we're switching subjects.
No, yeah. Is that what Tiger Woods does?
Yeah, Tiger's playing, baby.
Wait. First, before you go into that, what does that mean, Masters? Like he's not those aren't the best dudes in the world anymore. The Masters are like.
No, the Masters are. It's a major, right? So it's like it's one of the biggest tournaments of the year, the Masters. So what the thing is about the Masters though is they always bring back every past champion always gets to play. And so, yeah, old T Woods coming, like 18 months off of breaking his leg, almost like dying in a car crash, and shot 1 under yesterday. He's won it. I think he's won the Masters 5 times, I believe.
So he's doing good.
Yeah, he did good yesterday. So,
but he's in 9th place.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Or is that 5th place?
He's in 9th right now, I think.
What's T9 mean?
Tied for 9th.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're famous when they make the scoreboard so that your name can be on it.
Oh, dude, T Woods. Like if Tiger Woods is playing golf, they're all that's all that's being talked about, and I am very okay with it. Big Tiger Woods fan. Obviously anybody that's so dominant in a sport is just hard. I don't know. For me, I've always appreciated it. And so, he's arguably one of the greatest golfers to ever play the game. And it's so much dude, he's always in the mix. And man, like he won the Masters a couple of years ago, which everyone thought he was done. Now it's cool.
This dude's fucking killing it.
He's having an okay day. He had an okay day yesterday. He started off
Im Sung Jae, you saying he's an okay day? He's -5, whatever that means.
Yeah, he's 5 under. But so today, okay, so he went back to he bogeyed the first hole today because he was at 6, I believe. No. If he's even today, he was 5 under yesterday. Sorry, that's right. Yeah, he's doing great.
He's 6 feet tall. He's Korean. He's only 24 years old. Man, he needs to get on the JB fucking
program, the pay him program.
Jeez,
get him on that pay him program, bro.
Come on, fat boy. I don't mean that to be mean either, but come on, dude.
Yeah, no, the Masters are always fun. Like when the Masters are on, I'm watching it. So it's like literally like I had a hard time getting into the gym yesterday because I was watching the Masters all day, especially because Tiger Woods was playing. Do you watch golf at all?
No. Zero.
Man. Do you play?
Zero. No. Like when I see golf come on my TV, I feel like throwing a chair at my TV.
So you're getting your kids into tennis. If
right.
You
I used to feel that about tennis.
If you want to get your kid into something, man, golf, baby. I want my kids to play golf so bad, but I'm not trying to force it. But they do like to go with me and play every once in a while. But dude, like I tell them every time, I'm like, hey, like if you guys want to go hard into golf, like I'm for it and I will help. Any way I can. Like we'll get you a coach, whatever. So. And
what do they say?
They don't want to.
Yeah. The only time, listen, Scott. The only time you should get up at 4 a.m. is when you're sneaking out of your ex-girlfriend's house before a new boyfriend comes over. That's the only time you get up at 4. I don't know. No home basement workouts. Where's our boy Scott Stallings?
Oh, he's not at the Masters. He didn't. I don't know the exact qualifications for the Masters. I don't know like what I think they only bring like the top 50, and I think he's just outside the top 50 right now.
Hey, let's look at this guy for a second. Plus 18.
Yeah.
Now, but
so he'll be gone. He'll be gone after today.
So explain to me what the fuck is going on here. So he shot every hole. He shot 18 holes, and every hole he went over par by 1.
Or he went over par by more than 1 on some of them, and like shot par on some.
Like, is that really bad? Like, are you like, hey, how are you a pro, Mr. Shepard?
He might not be a pro. Not every person that they also let a few amateurs play in this.
Kind of like the CrossFit Games in 2019.
Exactly. Yeah. Fact.
Exactly. Or whatever year that was.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's brutal. And look at the bottleneck.
Yeah. And so what will happen after today is they'll cut the field in half. And so they'll find the score. They'll find the score that's about halfway. And then everyone after today that's below that score will go away. And the rest, and then tomorrow, and so they play 4 rounds of golf every tournament. That's how tournaments are in golf, right? They play 4 rounds. They play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday, Friday is like the whole field. And then after Friday, they make a cut. Half the field goes away.
In this sport, you're really in control of your own destiny. Más o menos.
Yeah, man. I mean,
meaning Tiger, if Kim Jong-un keeps playing well, I'm going to get in trouble for that. God darn it. I can't believe that came out of my mouth. I'm such a bad man. Sung Jae, if Im Sung Jae keeps playing well, Tiger should just start drinking. He has no chance, right? A -1.
Well, you never know because every hole, man, like, I mean, you could have a really, really bad hole. That's the great thing about golf. I mean, there's been some catastrophic meltdowns in like one hole where dudes can hit like 10.
I never tolerate a bad hole. I never have my whole life, just so you know.
Yeah, it sounds made up. Sounds like fake news.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. I didn't have a lot of standards, but a bad hole I just would never allow it. Never.
Interesting. Let's dive deeper into that.
No, I'm good. So how about this guy right here, Jay Cockrock? 6'4", 36 years old.
Jeez.
Okay, so they all have all these guys have a little bit of chub on them. They're all
dude, that was like the big thing about Scott, right? Stallings he was like, he was a fatty, and then he like got in the crew, basically took his life back over and decided, hey, I don't want to be like this anymore. I think he had some health scares, and he was drinking like 12 Dr. Peppers or something a day, something like that. Like he was all about the DP, man, just getting those Dr. Peppers. And he got into CrossFit. Dude, the first time I worked out with him at Rich's house. So he went to Tennessee.
He was fat.
Yeah, he was a thick boy. And so he went to Tennessee Tech where Rich went. And they were doing like this, like they were having basically him, Rich, and somebody else were coming to speak to, I don't know if it was a student, if it was the student athletes, or if it was the whole school or whoever was invited. I don't know. And Rich was like, "Hey, my buddy Josh is in town. By chance, if like he could come up, sit up there. He was a former SEAL, CrossFit Games athlete, blah blah. If he wanted to sit up there, I know he didn't go to Tennessee Tech, but if he wants to, and like we all sat up there, and that's how I got to know Scott. And after that, all of a sudden, like I didn't see him for like I don't know, like 2 years. Then boom, the next time I see him, I'm like, whoa, you look like Sevan, but a little bit taller.
Damn, nice. I like the way you put that in there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
A jacked little skinny 50-year-old.
Yeah. How old is Scott? He's young though.
I think he's my age. I think he's like 38, maybe a year younger, 37. Look it up.
But before I get rid of Cameron Smith, I'm gonna DM. This dude's in second place. I can get this dude on my podcast.
He's crushed it, man. He's been crushing it. He's won 2 tournaments.
What the fuck is his hair doing?
He just won the Players.
What is his hair doing?
Yeah, he's got a mullet. He's Australia, I believe.
I'm gonna DM this dude. I can get this dude. I'm gonna DM him. I'm gonna DM him from your account. Why? Cameron Smith. Okay, he's got a blue check mark. Let me see. And view profile on follow.
John Daly. Talk about the epitome of an athlete, the pinnacle athlete right there, John Daly.
I'd love to have you on my podcast.
No, have him on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, darn it.
My podcast.
Too late.
This ain't your podcast, bro.
This one is not. I agree. This one is not. Hey, listen to this.
I still haven't seen money from it, but it's, it's cool.
I sent you a check like in 2021. You never got that? I sent it by donkey.
He must got lost.
Sevan, how about how about M has mandatory South Korean military service coming up, and he will have to stop pro golfing as one of the best players in the PGA, a multimillionaire. Pretty wild. Yeah. You know who else that happened to? Tell him, Josh. Tell him. You know.
Who?
You know. Don't make me. You know who else had to do that? And he's competing this weekend. And he's competing this weekend. Come on, Josh, before I give you the answer.
Oh, was it Jan? Was it Jan?
Yeah, no.
Oh, Volkanovski. Oh, Korean Zombie. Yeah,
Korean Zombie.
There we go.
He was like one of my favorite. He was like one of my favorite UFC fighters, and then he was gone. He had to go to the fucking military for 2 years. And he could have got out of it. I'm pretty sure he could have got out of it, Jake.
Hey, I'm not casual, GP. Pipe down, you.
What, he called you a casual UFC fan?
I guess. Who was Volkanovski supposed to fight this weekend?
It is him. They're running out of people in that weight class for him. You know who he really should be fighting though? Let me show you the fight.
Dude, I feel like Holloway just like has faded off, man. But he's got a fight coming up too, though, right?
He does. See this guy right here?
Oh, Gastelum got canceled.
This is the guy that Alexander should be fighting. His name's Mark Madsen. They call him the Olympian. This is the guy. And I think he's the only person who has a chance in this. I think he can beat Alexander Volkanovski. But he was also on my podcast. And so is Alexander. And so is Aljamain Sterling. Some jerk holes like Sevan can't get any big UFC fighters. I'm like, listen. And this fight right here, I had Darian Weeks on. Everyone should be voting for Darian Weeks to knock this chump out, Ian Gary.
Is this that's a prelims?
Yeah.
Go back to that main card again, man. I want to talk about those fights. Oh my gosh. Look at those cards, baby. I can't wait.
Dude, there's this crazy
Sterling Jan, I think because Sterling's gonna come out hot again, I bet. And man, I just am so excited in that fight right there. Yeah.
What do you want to happen with Gilbert Burns in Hazmat? Do you
I want Hazmat to knock him out, and then I want to see him fight Usman really, really bad.
Man. man.
Really,
Oh,
really,
man.
really, really,
I'm
really bad.
torn.
Why?
Because I like I like both of them.
I don't dislike Burns. I don't dislike him, but this guy, like, I mean, Burns already fought Usman. You know what I mean? And it really wasn't close. I mean, Burns kind of had he had like a little sparkle in there where he had a chance for like a second in that first round, but then, dude, like after that, like Burns didn't hammer it down, and then Usman just fucking destroyed him. So I want to see if this my guy's the real fucking deal.
Oh, Hazmat.
Yeah, Hazmat.
Oh, there's a video of him now out. It's on his channel. It is nuts. It just basically shows you what a monster he is. I don't know how much of it's hype, but man, he's a monster. They're like a no plan B group of guys. They're like, hey, everyone has to just die. And he's just talking about how he wants to die in the ring. He does not care. I want to die in the ring. Like, that's his mindset.
But he almost fucking quit see, like that kind of shit. You're like, oh, okay. But he almost fucking quit when he got COVID. So don't give me that shit.
It's a great point. No, Josh, he didn't almost quit. He did.
He retired.
Yeah,
right?
he retired. Yeah, that's a great point, pussy. Man,
I'm not saying that.
I'm trying to find his YouTube channel. And he's so popular.
Dude, yeah. It's interesting, like I mean, he's doing the work, right? There's other guys that I don't see why there's such a big like hullabaloo about, like a guy like Shane like Sugar Shane.
Right. We don't know.
The dude fucking has fought nobody, and he's not really even doing anything spectacular, and he's technically lost already, and he hasn't even fought a ranked opponent. You're like, dude, like, why is this guy got such a why is everyone talking about this fucking dude? Because he's got rainbow hair? Are you kidding me?
Bet the house on the dog. Zombie, Sterling, Burns, Weeks. The odds are borderline disrespectful. Get yo money. God, Dylan, I wish I had balls to do that.
So like Zombie? No way. Volkanovski's he's a fucking animal.
He is. Zombie is a zombie though, and man, it would be so cool if Sterling won. But man, Peter Yan's an animal. Oh, I think Darian Weeks has the best chance. What do you think, Dylan? Who do you think has the best chance out of those? Sugar Sean, you're casual.
Yeah. This GP, everyone's casual. GP's you're casual, GP.
Yeah, I like the zombie. I like the zombie. And so let's go through and you pick them. You ready, Josh? Okay.
Yeah, I got Volkanovski.
Not who you want to win, but
who I think is going to win. Who I think
okay. Alexander or Zombie?
Yeah, Volkanovski.
Volkanovski, I agree. Aljamain or Peter Yan?
Yan.
Yeah, I agree. Gilbert Burns or Hazmat Chimaev?
Chimaev.
Me too. Okay,
I think he will. I do. Like it's hard to bet against that guy. I mean, I hope Gilbert Burns gives him a great fight. I hope that's a great fight. That's what I want to see, but I don't think it's going to be.
You wouldn't be bummed if he picked Burns up and threw him over the top of the ring.
No, exactly. Did you see what he said about Burns? He goes, this guy cries after his fights. I'm going to smash him.
How about like, worse than that? He goes, my coach has beat him in jiu-jitsu 3 times and made him cry all 3 times.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to get his coach on my podcast. It's all about my podcast. How Mackenzie Dern and Tisha Torres?
Dern.
Yeah, me too. I really like her. Do you like her?
I don't know this fight that well, to be honest. I don't know. I think I've seen Dern fight once, and I think I've seen Torres fight once.
Dern's jiu-jitsu is nuts, and it was so funny in the press conference. Tisha Torres is just not talking smack, but basically saying she's gonna win and go on to fight for the title. And Dern's like, what's gonna happen when I get you on the ground? And the chick's response is, I'm gonna get up. Well, you better fucking hope so.
Yeah.
Dern's jiu-jitsu is crazy.
GP didn't like I called him casual, so now he goes, I'm going opposite of my picks. Okay, all right.
Except for
yeah, exactly. That's what really, you're gonna go Sterling over Yan? I don't think
good.
So.
That's good. Okay, and then Mark Madsen over Vink Piquel. I don't know who this guy is he's fighting.
I'm gonna go with the undefeated fighter. I don't know either of them.
Madsen's good. Madson's
I
good.
don't think I've seen Madsen fight.
They're old dudes though. Look at these guys.
37, 39. Damn. And that dude's undefeated. So did he get in the game late? Is he coming from a different? Where is he coming from?
He's an Olympian. He's a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, those Greco-Roman guys are gnarly.
Oh yeah.
They are gnarly. And he's had all sorts of crazy issues. He's Ian Gary or Darian Weeks.
Gary.
Yeah, I can't. I got to go with Darian Weeks. Rosenstruck or Marcin. Ooh,
Dude, that Rosenstruck dude was on a tear, and then he got teed off on, and I don't feel like I've seen him since.
You may not have. You may not have.
So I'm gonna go with Rosenstruck.
Me too. Aspen Ladd or Raquel Pennington.
Ooh, Pennington. That's what's his name. That's is that Nunez's wife?
Oh shit, that would be incredible if you were to pick it. I don't think so, but let me see.
She was. I know she's married to another fighter. I thought.
Yeah, she is. No, that's not her.
That's not her. Okay.
No, I no. Because the girl she's married to is a white girl. This girl looks like more Latin.
I can't
Oh
really,
shit! But wait.
I can't really see the picture.
Here's a picture of her with another chick. No. She has a different girlfriend. She has a girlfriend, but it's a different girlfriend.
I know Pennington. She seems a little older. I don't know the
Aspen Ladd's like she basically came across as unbeatable for a while, and then she lost a match. But she's so good.
I'll go with Ladd then.
She's good. She's great. And Mickey Gall versus Mike Malloy. I think I saw Mike Malloy fight. I think he might be. Both these guys they're gonna bang. These guys are gonna.
That's gonna be a fight right there, huh? First prelim card fight. Okay, I'm excited for that. I don't know either of those guys, but I'll go with the guy 7-1.
Weeks has the best chance if he can execute his game plan. He'll keep that nerd on the back foot the whole time. Yeah, he is a nerd. Thank you. I think God, Ian Gary's a tool, but boy, his girlfriend is hot. Whoo. She's got that Cindy Crawford look, that like Spaniard Greek. She's smoking. Sevan talking about the alerts. Look at those red dots down there. Oh yeah. No. Hey, quit peeping.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, look at that.
Quit peeping. Josh is gonna start twitching and shit. Get it up. Oh my goodness! Look at Alexei Olenek, 59-16-1.
What? Who is that?
You know who it is. If you saw him fight, he's the guy who does like chokes everyone out. He gets his hands around your neck and just smushes your face.
44 years old. Love it.
Yeah, he wins.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these other guys are.
Yeah.
Anthony Hernandez, Josh.
I don't want to start picking. I don't even know who most of these fighters are.
How many fights are canceled?
I know, man. That dude, I was pumped to see Gastelum. I always liked Gastelum. I mean, whenever
Me too.
That fight against
Israel
Adesanya, dude, like that was one of the greatest fights of all time. And man, like
Gastelum, hey, dude, he's 1 or 2 punches away from being the champ.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a great fight. I watched that by myself in like I watched that fight like it's in Salt Lake City by myself at an Airbnb. I was there for like a something, and I'm like, fuck it, I got to get this card.
You bought it on your computer?
Yeah, I think I bought it on my phone.
Oh wow!
I've watched a couple fights. I've watched a couple fights on my phone.
I've watched fights on my phone, but to buy a fight on my phone, I'm so cheap. I would be like, oh no, that would be hard for me.
I watched Gagey Khabib on my phone driving.
Wow. For $69.99. Oh my goodness.
I know. I had to.
I'm so glad, Dylan, that you said that about Darian and Ian Gary. All right, what are you going to do? I'm going to get off and I'm going to do a quick workout. I'm just going to do 100 burpees for time, and then I'm just going straight to the beach. What are you doing?
That sounds nice.
Taking the boys.
I got up and I actually got a little workout in before. I got a couple more calls for work. I got to do some programming, and then
what's that look like? Calls for work.
I said I'm talking to a couple company this one's it's for good dudes. This one's for good dudes. It's like we're just trying to find a distributor in the UK, and so we have a guy we're talking to, and then got to do some programming, and then I'll probably work out a little more, and then I'm actually going over to a buddy's house. We're gonna shoot our bows and maybe have a beer.
No shit. Will you take your boys to that?
No, my boys are out of town this weekend. They're with their mom.
Oh, speaking of bow hunting, I started watching. So we were supposed to have Donnie Vincent on this week, and we didn't because he had to cancel.
Yeah.
But I think he's coming on next week. Have you watched any of those shows yet?
No, I haven't yet. No.
Dude, it's so weird. It's a genre I'm completely unfamiliar with. It's an hour of a dude walking around with a bow, whispering into the camera.
But it's
There's
awesome.
so many just long
is it elk?
still shots.
What's he hunting?
Anything he wants. You know what I mean? Like a caribou, or the one I saw, he shot this deer named Steve that basically he'd been tracking for 2 years. Another one, he shot a caribou in is there a country called Newfoundland? He goes to Newfoundland.
Well, that's isn't Newfoundland in isn't that in Canada, right? My geography off?
An island he was on. Is Newfoundland and maybe it's an island off the, no, you're right. It is. It's one of their states or provinces, whatever they call them. I think it was an island up there, maybe. Anyway, it's a trippy, I've never seen anything like this genre, bow hunting docs, and they're not cheap. I had to buy them $19.99 each, and I got 2 more to watch. I'm gonna end up spending $80 before this guy comes on the show. I'm watching his shit, but he's neat, but
you're neat,
but it's a trip. My hair's not neat. I'm struggling. I'm just staring at you the whole time.
Oh man.
Hey, do you think that your company could run without your leadership? All your shit?
Which one?
Any of them, the whole package. What would happen if you fired yourself?
If I fired myself?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How the fuck I'm just tripping. I just keep taking it back to HQ. How is HQ running without Dave and Rosa?
I mean, I think they built something so great that it's like people still want to believe in CrossFit, right? They still want to believe. And CrossFit's ideology is always going to, and I think there's always going to be a sport, right?
I think it's Pavlovian, dude.
The company is what's going to struggle.
I guess CrossFit, you know how they always, the whole time I worked there, you know how they always say, like, everyone's replaceable. Yes. Everyone's replaceable. You know who wasn't replaceable?
Me.
Greg. They have, like, all he did all day, every day was tell the people who worked there the vision of the company. And the vision of the company was hard to process, right? Because people don't understand that excellence should always be the goal. Right. Everything else will fall into place. Happiness, money, like, you need someone always telling you that. And then he would explain it in detail what that meant in relative to human performance and nutrition and longevity. And hey, I'm trying to think of a comparable to it.
We should see how long we can sit in silence on this.
It's noisy in my brain, so I don't feel like it's quiet. It's really noisy. There's just I've always felt that everyone is replaceable, but lately I've been thinking about it more and more. If you don't have someone like Nicole or a Dave or a Greg or even me, I hate to jerk myself off, who is just constantly pounding in the philosophy, you just can't have silly stuff going on. The vision has to be like, it's like in the military. I'm assuming there has to be someone in charge who's telling you guys what you guys are about.
There has to
nonstop.
Be
you can't let someone's mind wander. You can't be out there and being like, I'm Josh Bridges. I'm a father of 3 kids, and I also like planting flowers. And my favorite thing to do as a kid was running in the field with my dad. You need someone to be like, listen, motherfuckers, we're here. We have a mission. Like,
Well, I think I don't think you don't. So I agree with you. I think you need a leader. You need a head, right? That is the final say.
Yeah.
Right. But you don't want machines underneath you. You don't want people who just follow direction, right? You need people who are thinkers, because that leader is not always going to be there. But in the sense of CrossFit, you got to have a final say. Hey, give me all your ideas. I'm going to be the final say, which one I think is the best, and it's going to be a conversation. It's not going to be like, I'm the dictator. This is this, and this, but like, yes, there has to be someone in charge, because when you get too many chiefs, then everyone's just like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like this way, this way, this way. And then you get shit like what's happening.
Greg would tell us over and over, like people be like, hey, how come we're not doing this? How come we're not doing that? And he would say, anytime we attach our name to something, we're spending our brand equity. We need to just do the things that we're good at really, 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 really well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they're right now in the current regime thinks, well, I think maybe they're trying to turn the ship around a little bit, but I don't think they understand that. They're kind of like Harvard MBAs. They're trying to maximize every dollar. The brand can't sustain that.
Yeah.
The brand cannot sustain that. It's nuts. They're gonna squeeze it dry at the cost of the affiliates. It's crazy. But I wonder if your business could survive if you ran it the way HQ runs it. You just fire you, and who's your agent? What's the guy's name? Ian
Cooper.
Oh, I thought it was some other dude.
We have Jason. And Jason is technically like my sponsorship. Like he deals with like sponsorships, and then the guy who's running like the logistics of my website and Good Dudes Coffee is Cooper.
Someone told me a fucked up story about Jason the other day. I can't remember it.
Let's end the podcast that way.
You can't fire Jason and Josh. It wasn't that fucked up. It wasn't like, like he was running old people over with a car. You can't fire Jason and Josh and the company just keep going.
No.
Like the next few months after that, it's just a fucking shit show mess, right?
Yeah.
Cooper would just get out of control. Just start drinking all the coffee.
Cooper would be, he'd just drink it all.
Crying in the corner.
Ham sauced.
All right.
Khalifa is his agent.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have fun. Peace, love, happiness.
Bye-bye.